Hey everyone, we're still looking forward to going back on August the 2nd, and I'm here to answer some more questions. Keep the questions coming in. If there are things you're uncertain of, do let us know, because you may raise a question that we haven't actually thought of yet, and so it'd be a really helpful thing for us. Okay, the first question to answer is, are we still planning to go back August the 2nd? Which is a great question because things are changing. It really is a fluid situation at the moment, isn't it? With Melbourne seemingly getting worse, and then also we've got this situation of an outbreak in Sydney, around 20 people now. The best advice that we can get, and certainly the feel in the community at the moment, is that August the 2nd is still the likely date. And so assume we're going back on August the 2nd unless you hear definitively otherwise from us. Okay, the next question is, what are we planning to do with singing? I would so love to say to you, we are going to be singing. Actually, it's looking more likely than we're not. The best advice that we can get at the moment from the state government is that they are strongly discouraging singing. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we won't sing at all, because it might be the next 2 weeks things will change, and it certainly doesn't mean that our meetings will be these flat, dreary, dull meetings. I was at a MAG meeting last week where they were throwing around a whole bunch of different possibilities of what can we do to really celebrate God even if we can't sing. And so even if we can't, we will be doing something else, and it will be fantastic. The next question is, how are we going to keep the 4 square metre rule? And it really is different at each of our locations, isn't it? So I'll run through them one by one. At Lambton, we have this lovely big hall, which means that we can fit more than 200, just over 200 adults in there. The challenge for us is we can't fit adults and kids. Now, what that means is that the likelihood is kids will go straight out to kids' church as they arrive, and we probably won't be back in the hall altogether because that would push us over the 200 number. The great thing is, this week our team is filming a walkthrough where they're going to make absolutely clear where you need to go, where you need to take your kids. You'll actually see a video filmed on site of that. Now, Lake Mac. Lake Mac is actually our most challenging one, because with the 4 square metre rule, we can only fit 48 people, 48 adults in that building. The likelihood is we're going to run back-to-back services with an afternoon tea in the middle of them. So we'll still be able to all be together. We'll be under the cola, and it'll be a really fantastic time. We'll try and do something special at morning tea to really celebrate us being together. But the likelihood is, unless the 4 square metre rule becomes the 2 square metre rule in the next 2.5 weeks, the likelihood is we're going to be running 2 meetings back-to-back with an afternoon tea at Lake Mac. With Uni is one of those ones we're still not quite sure about. So the Uni are being really helpful. They're saying they really want us back. The challenge is they're not sure about whether or not they can have non-students back. And so here is where we're at with Uni Church. We're hoping to meet on campus, but if we can't meet on campus, the likelihood is Uni Church will be running at Lambton until we move to get some more certainty from the university. Now, the next question, what else are we doing to keep people safe? Because there are a whole bunch of little decisions, little things that we can do to help keep people safe. Here are a couple of things we're doing. One, for morning and afternoon tea, we're planning on having single packages for biscuits and things like that, so that we won't have the plates going around and therefore the chance of spreading disease there. That's one thing that we're doing. I think we've bulk ordered every sanitary wipe in the world so that we'll be able to clean everything and make sure it's a really sanitary environment. Another thing we're doing is, you know that we need to take everyone's details as they come in. That's something the government actually wants us to do. We're looking at a new and different way of doing that so that we don't have to all hand in cards and have pencils that we clean and all those sorts of things. And you're going to hear a little bit about that. As I said, we're going to do a walkthrough of at least Lambton this week, and you're going to hear more about it. As I said, if you're uncertain on things, keep asking us questions, because there is a very good chance that the question you ask is a question that we haven't thought of yet. You'll actually be doing us a favour. So send your questions in and we'll do our best to answer them. Otherwise, keep an ear out, and I can't wait to see you again on the 2nd of August.